Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning, dear students, and welcome to our science class. Today is Wednesday, and the date is the 10th of March 2021. We're learning about the scientific method which leads us how to make an investigation. As we talked this week, we said making investigation is planning. You plan to go step by step to answer your wonders. Scientists wonders about the world around them. They think about life, what is going around them, and they ask questions about the world. When they ask questions about the world, they need answers. How can they get their answers, ya Ahmed? They make investigation. Okay. They make investigation, and what do I mean by investigation, ya Ahmed? Making a
Test.
Okay, not a test, but making a plan. Making a plan to follow step by step, step by step. The first step in our scientific method, what is it? In our scientific method, what is the first step? You will use your 5 senses to do what, ya Ismail? You are going to use your 5 senses to
Observe.
excellent, well done, to observe. So the first thing you are going to do is to observe the life around you, to ask the right question. Once you ask the right question, you are going to find the answer, and to find the answer you need to follow these methods. Let's see the methods over here. So this is number 1, asking a question. You need to ask a question to identify the problem to solve. So maybe you don't have enough light, or the light that you are using is not solving your problem. You need another or a different light, maybe a different color, or you need more power or whatever. So after you observe, you ask the question. Now let's see, what do you do? You can make research about what you asked. You can make research about the informations you need, or you can look more into the problem that you are trying to solve. Look at this scientist holding the petal and trying to, holding the leaf and trying to find the problem and asking the question about it. So observation is to study carefully. You need to study carefully. Okay, what do I mean by form a hypothesis? When you ask a question, you need an answer. Your answer will be your hypothesis. Do you know why? Because you can make a test about your answer. You can make sure if your answer is correct or wrong. I'm going to give you a way to figure out how a statement is a hypothesis. If your statement starts with the word if, the second statement will start with the word then. So you can say, for example, if I do this, then this will happen. Or if I do that, then this will happen. This is a hypothesis. If I add more salt, the food will be salty. If I take away a little bit salt, the food will not taste good. So this is your hypothesis. When you hypothesize, you can make a test about it. What do I mean making a test about it? You can make your own experiment. So a hypothesis is a great guess or a good guess about what will happen. You try to know what is going to happen. It's an educated guess. It means that you have informations about this guess. You already tasted the food when you added more salt. That's why you are saying to me now, if you add more salt, miss, you are going to have a salty dish. It's going to taste very salty. So it is an educated guess, or it is, you have already your information about this guess. Yes, Saif. Let me see. Saif is raising his hand.
Miss Dino, last time when I was like 6 years old or 5, I put a lot of salt in my rice. Then I really did not like it.
Oh, so you had your experiment about salt. I bet
Yeah,
it wasn't good.
Yeah, like
Absolutely.
I ran so fast to get water.
Yes, of course, you must felt thirsty. Yeah, so this is how you make experiment. Now, after you making your good guess, you need to do your experiment. So this is how you make test or experiment in the lab, or scientists, they do this, but there are plenty of experiment in other way. So this is number 4. You need to design your experiment. What do I mean by designing your experiment? To design your experiment means to make steps for you, new steps to follow. So I'm gonna bring the rice and then bring the salt, and then I'm gonna add a little bit salt, and I will laddering up adding the salt until I taste and see how much salt I need to put so I can feel the food is salty. See, this is how you design an experiment. You need to test the hypothesis. You need to make sure that what you already said before to answer my question was correct or wrong. This is why you make an experiment. So when you are testing or making an experiment, make sure that you are testing one by one. Maybe I have different plate. I will bring 3 plates of rice, not only one. I'm gonna use 3 plates of rice, and I'm gonna add to number 1 plate just 1 spoon. And for the second plate, I'm gonna add 2 spoons. And for the third plate, I'm gonna add 3 spoons. What do you need to do is to make them one by one, go step by step. Do not mix them together so you can find out the real answer to your hypothesis or the real investigation about your hypothesis. Okay, after making your experiment, you need to collect the information. What do I mean by collecting the information? After you make your experiment, you already did your experiment, you tested your hypothesis, you need to collect the information or the data. Data means information, so you need to collect the information that you already test. You would say, number 1, plate number 1, it tastes good because 1 spoon is good enough. But the plate number 2 tasted a little bit salty. Plate number 3 is really salty. Now, what is your conclusion? What do I mean by conclusion? What is the result of your experiment? The result is what? Who can tell me? Do you have any idea, Seth? From all over the 3 plates, what is your result? The food and salt, huh? Adding 1 spoon is salty, or 2 or 3? When you add how many?
When you add 3, it's very salty.
Excellent. So this is the result. This is your result to your experiment.
If you add 1 spoon, it's not that salty. It's okay.
Excellent.
But 2 spoons, it's a little salty, but 3 spoons is very salty.
Excellent, very good. This is your conclusion. We call it a conclusion. This is what you understand from your experiment. This is what you know from your experiment. So you need to write down the conclusion, or you need to draw it sometimes to explain for others to know about your investigation. Now, if I make the experiment, or Saif already make the experiment, does Ahmed and Khalid and Ismail and Muhammad, everyone needs to do the experiment again? No, because it approved with the hypothesis. It matches your guess. It support your guess. We are saying that you guessed it right. You guessed it correctly. So you need to share your information with others. After drawing a conclusion, you need to share your experiment with others so others can know if they are putting 3 spoons in their food, they are going to have a very salty food. So you need to share your conclusion with others. This is all about investigation. So how many steps do we have in investigation? We have 6 steps in investigation. The first one is to ask Hi Ismail, what is the first step in your investigation? Ask a question. Excellent, very good, ya Ismail. Second, what are you going to do, ya Amir? Make a Hi Amir.
Thesis.
Excellent, to make a hypothesis. After making a hypothesis, you need to do an experiment. Hi, Abdurrahman. You need to do an experiment. What do you need to do? Excellent. You need to test your hypothesis. You need to make steps to follow so you can test your hypothesis. Excellent. After testing your hypothesis, what are you going to do? Who can tell me? When you finish your experiment, what are you going to do? When you finish your experiment? Hi, Asif. You need to collect your information. Is that right?
I need to collect your information.
After you collect your information, what are you going to do with others? Do you need to share the information with others so others can benefit from your experiment or not?
I would say yes.
Yes, excellent. You need to share your information with others so they can benefit from your experiment and they can add on it, or maybe they don't do the same mistake. All right, boys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the class.
It's open for me, the mic.
Yes, I know. I'm sorry for by mistake. And it's your break time. We'll see you inshallah tomorrow. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.